Dari Thailand optimis bahawa lawatan Anwar dapat menyumbang lebih banyak momentum kepada proses dialog damai Selatan Thailand ini, antaranya kerana Anwar mempunyai pemahaman yang lebih mendalam tentang pergolakan di selatan berbanding pemimpin-pemimpin sebelumnya. Penganalisis juga berpandangan kebarangkalian rundingan damai membuahkan hasil kini lebih tinggi berbanding tahun-tahun sebelumnya. Dan beberapa faktor menyumbang kepada perkara ini. Selain daripada peranan yang dimainkan oleh Perdana Menteri, ia juga termasuk kepimpinan baharu dalam pasukan fasilitator, iaitu bekas Panglima Angkatan Tentera Tan Sri Zulkifli Zainal Abidin. Malah, beliau sudah pun mengadakan kunjungan hormat lawatan bersama General Wan Lop Ruk Sanau yang mengetuai panel dialog keamanan bagi wilayah sempadan Selatan Thailand ataupun PEDP pada 3 Februari lalu. Ini merupakan pertemuan kali pertama antara kedua-dua pemimpin selepas Zulkifli dilantik sebagai Ketua Fasilitator Malaysia yang baharu bagi proses dialog damai di Selatan Thailand berkuat kuasa pada 1 Januari tahun ini. Dan beliau memaklumkan rundingan damai pusingan ke-6 akan berlangsung pada 21 dan 22 Februari buat sementara waktu. Dan sebagai rekod, Zulkifli dilantik sebagai Ketua Fasilitator Malaysia yang baharu menggantikan bekas Ketua Polis Negara Tan Sri Abdul Rahim Muhammad Noor yang tamat perkhidmatannya pada 31 Disember lalu. Pada masa yang sama, lawatan Perdana Menteri dijangka membincangkan beberapa isu membabitkan kedua-dua negara. Menurut penganalisis politik dan hubungan antarabangsa UUM Profesor Dr Muhammad Azizuddin Muhammad Sani, antaranya adalah potensi makanan halal dan konflik di selatan Thailand.
Mungkin peranan kita sebagai orang tengah sebenarnya kita pernah lakukan di selatan Filipina ataupun di Mindanao menyelesaikan konflik di sana. Mungkin juga ini juga akan digunakan oleh kita untuk menyelesaikan konflik di selatan Thailand. Jadi maksudnya banyaklah erti kata dalam segi hubungan, bukan saja dari konteks politik tapi dari segi perangan dan juga isu masalah krisis atau konflik yang berlaku yang juga membolehkan kita berperan aktif dalam konteks hubungan antara kedua negara ini. Jadi saya rasa nampak prospek yang baik dan positif, dan diharapkan lawatan sosial Anwar mereka Thailand ini akan merealisasikan prospek tersebutlah.
Baik, untuk mengulas lebih lanjut mengenai dengan signifikan lawatan Perdana Menteri ke Thailand esok dan apa mungkin momentum yang dapat dibawa atau idea baharu yang dapat dibawakan dalam konteks rundingan damai konflik di selatan Thailand, sudah bersedia untuk mengulas dengan lebih lanjut untuk jam ini Dr Bandit Aroman, penolong dekan Kolej Islam Antarabangsa Universiti Krirk, dan Dr Bandit banyak melakukan kajian berhubung pengurusan konflik, keganasan dan ekstremisme. Dan izinkan saya untuk teruskan tumbuh dalam bahasa Inggeris. Thank you Dr Bandit for joining me today. This is Prime Minister Anwar's first visit to Thailand since becoming Prime Minister in November. How do you see the significance of this visit?
Thank you, Laila. For me, we are so feel very glad that once we came to know that His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim is visiting Thailand officially under the invitation of the government, and we have seen for a long time that Anwar
visited Thai for many times. Why we observing that he has a lot of engagement with the Thai community, with Thai NGOs, and with Thai his Muslim community, especially not only in Bangkok but also in the southern part of Thailand. So of course, when we're looking for coming of Anwar Ibrahim during this time, this is quite let's say that this is quite very very right time that we can come up with some strengthening relationship between Thailand, and a lot of hope from the Thai community as well.
Dr. Bandit, there's quite a bit of anticipation with this visit, as well as renewed hope that perhaps Anwar could bring some momentum or a breath of fresh air to the peace negotiations ongoing between the Thai government and the Barisan Revolusi Nasional or BRN separatist movement. Your thoughts on this?
So this is very important point and quite interesting to the to the scholar and also among the Muslim in the southern part of Thailand, because the situation in the deep southern part of Thailand is like, seem to be, sometimes we have seen the peace negotiations or peace dialogue between, the government and the perpetrator of violence. So sometimes it's moving, sometimes it's stopping, because due to the changing of the situation, some of the, the changing of the prime minister, sometimes the active of the, the involved people. So once we came to know that Anwar Ibrahim coming, I think that will be a very good initiative to recalling the right thing, because Anwar always keep informed to the Muslim community in the south that the best solution to solve the problem in the southern part of Thailand is have to be concerned with the right justice. People should have the right justice. Without justice, that would not be possible. People have to treat fairness in terms of their, rights, in terms of their education, in terms of their treatment, in terms of their various phenomena in the region. So I think that this keeps in mind to our academic life and also with the leader from Malaysia. I think that we should also keep follow that how we can engage to the people in the southern part to involve, to participate in peace. That should be more practical and being more evident to make the justice in the region.
Dr. Bandit, even before the November elections in Malaysia, Anwar actually met with some BRN leaders and paid a working visit to Bangkok last September. What is the perception like towards Anwar there? We know he's traveled there many times. It's also known that he has close ties to officials, politicians, the civil society there. How does his image and this public perception of him help, or perhaps could help, in his role in the peace negotiations?
I think it's the right way to at least come up to see what is the potential of the pipeline of the peace talk, because I think that peace talk is not quite easy to maintain. It is have to be very, very concerned in the different issues. So with the role of Anwar Ibrahim, I think that it would be a very, very positive point for Thailand that would be engaged with the Malaysian Prime Minister during this time to engage with peace talk, because with the bridging of understanding between perpetrator of violence and the government, I think would be a possibility to see some dimension of peace in the region. So we hope, and also the people from the southern part of Thailand, hoping that with the coming of Anwar Ibrahim this day will be some steps moving towards peace in the southern part of Thailand.
That's probably the perception in the south. But apart from Anwar, we also want to touch a little bit on Zulkifli Zainal Abidin. He's the former Malaysian general, now facilitating the peace talks on Malaysia's behalf. He's also expected to attend an assembly in the far south at the end of this month, and he's also made his visit earlier this month. And Zulkifli also has some family links tied to the far south of Thailand. Are you optimistic about the new round of negotiations, taking into account Anwar, taking into account the new leadership in the facilitating team, and just the overall sentiment and ongoing realities on the ground? Are you optimistic?
Naila, actually, it is a shakable situation in the peace talk. So once we always see the leadership and the dimensions of the policy and the dimensions of the agenda has been, depend on the roundtable discussions in the peace talk. But once the outcome of the peace talk, we always feel from the academic life, we always keep looking to what is the outcome after the peace talk. Sometimes it is moving very fast with the subcommittee meeting, but sometimes it needs to be more engagement. So I think that with the leadership changing or some potential of changing the some of the members, think we and for myself the detail of understanding the agenda from both perpetrator of violence and the government side. I think that we have to be very much concerned for the facilitator as well.
Dr. Bandit, we also want to understand this in the context of national Thai politics. We know his Anwar's Thai counterpart Prayut Chan-o-cha will surely want to see some optimism surrounding the southern Thai conflict, seeing that and taking into account that Prayut is also running for re-election in May. How important are these peace talks and the ongoing situation in the south for Chan-o-cha?
Now, I think in Thailand, the situation of the politics and the coming of the elections, it seems to be that it have some awaiting of the result of the new prime minister, and we still not sure that who is going to be our new prime minister. But in terms of the situation in the southern part of Thailand during the politics is quite sensitive because a lot of competitions, a lot of the party representatives, especially in Pattani, Yala and Narathiwat, is quite competitiveness. And they are also willing to, entering into the political party to have a voice, to write and have supporting the agenda, but we can observe that all the parties try to maintain the policy on setting down the unrest in the southern part of Thailand, try to promote the peace in the southern part of Thailand, and even after the recovering of the COVID-19, we can see that many parties try to engage people with the special economic zone in the southern part of Thailand as well, in order to improve the quality of life among the people in the border areas.
There's a lot more that we'd like to discuss with you, Dr. Bandit, but we will be taking a short break. Kita akan bergerak seketika. Jangan ke mana-mana, kita akan kembali selepas ini.
Banyaknya darah. Kena tukar pad.
Pad pendek sangat? Cuba Sofi Comfort Night. Pad terpanjang 42.5 cm. Tak pojok belakang. Tidur lena sampai pagi dengan Sofi Comfort Night. Sofi.
Without the Black Panther, Wakanda will burn.
I'd love to see you drag. Let's go! For the future.
For the throne.
For Wakanda!
The Black Panther lives!
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Stream sekarang di Astro. Tambahkan Disney Plus Hotstar pada bil anda. WhatsApp kami untuk tawaran terbaik.
If I'm taking you with me, you do what I say when I say it.
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Hello Shah Alam, Astro baru dah sampai.
Kunjungi Sentral ICT Shah Alam dari 11 Januari hingga 12 Februari ini. Kenali Astro baharu bersama selebriti, karakter dan ramai lagi. Alami kehebatan Ultrabox. Stream dengan Astro tanpa gangguan hujan. Aplikasi penstreaman terbaik. Nikmati tawaran eksklusif dan peluang memenangi pelbagai hadiah. Ayo ke Central ICT Shah Alam.
Bertemu kembali dalam Pantau Kerajaan Baharu dan untuk jam ini kami masih lagi membincangkan tentang lawatan Perdana Menteri ke Thailand esok dan juga dalam konteks rundingan damai di Selatan Thailand dan masih lagi bersedia bersama saya ketika ini Dr Bandit Aroman, penolong Dekan College Islam Antarabangsa Universiti Krirk. Dr Bandit, earlier we were talking a lot about the peace talks ongoing in the south and even as we witness the talks are still ongoing between Bangkok and the BRN even last year, we were still seeing incidents such as arson, bomb attacks continuing in the south. So apart from the peace talks, apart from what we can expect from our Prime Minister's visit tomorrow, what exactly is the situation like in the south and what do the residents there want ultimately?
Yes, we have to accept that the southern part of Thailand is still having some violent issues in the three provinces, especially in the different occasions. So, but once we have to also understand the circumstances of the situation as well, that most of the incidents coming with some response from the personal and also the dimension of the conflict between people and people, authority people and the authority peoples and people to the government people. These are very complicated issues and difficult to explain. But most of the thing is that the situation in the southern part of Thailand is not only about the BRN. We have to accept it's not only about the BRN. We have also find out there are lots of misunderstanding in the situation that understanding with the culture and content of the people in the southern part of Thailand is still very much in the big gap. So I mean that once there are awakening of some festival, many people gathering. So I think that the concerned people or the local government people should also understand and should also involve. In case that they are not involved and even objected to the festival, what we did the local festival that they used to make it for long times ago. There will be another, wave of anti-government sentiment. So the variety of the different issues, different dimensions of anti-government sentiment will come up frequently in terms of targeted the public bombings and also some petrol pump bombing and this and that. So we can see. But once we look at the statistics of violation, we ensure that the violation is still decreased day by day, but maybe more violent. I mean that the bigger incident might be, always, happen in the region. So coming to the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim, coming this day, we expected that number one is that at least he is very much engaged with the NGOs of Thailand, with the people in Thailand, with the Muslim community in Thailand, not only in the southern part of Thailand, but also in Bangkok regions. And also he very much engaged with the Pondok school, the Ustad. Everyone are quite much interesting that Anwar Ibrahim coming, and they have some hope that Anwar Ibrahim is coming with some engagement to solve the conflict in the southern part of Thailand. But of course, I expected that he will be coming with the vision of justice in the southern part of Thailand, where he used to say that the justice is the only way to end up the violation in the southern part of Thailand. Secondly, I think that we are so close. Thailand and Malaysia is very close. Why not we working very hard for crossing, making the special economic zone in the region in a very positive way. We have seen a lot of Malaysian people coming to Thailand through big bike to, their own cars, coming to Phuket, Hat Yai. And we not much see the Thai people, going to Malaysia by the same way what I'm talking about. So it needs more engagement. Also, we would like to see more engagement on the academic think tanks between Thai and Malaysia that used to have. But now I think that both of us are still a little bit far away and not much engaged with the Thai-Malaysia academic think tank to solve especially on one issue on the southern border provinces problem, and also try to involve with other dimensions like we have, the halal industry in Thailand and Malaysia. Why not we try to engage our regional halal industry and also make up a possibility to help each other in terms of engagement to exporting our halal products, something like that. This is my view.
Yeah. Dr. Bandit, earlier you mentioned recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. Surely that's a huge concern, not just for the Thai people and for the Thai leadership, but this is a concern shared by both leaders and both countries. What kind of economic and trade developments can we also expect from this official visit?
So, I think if you see from the statistics, Thailand is having a trade border with Malaysia. Let's say can be the rank number one among the border countries. We have very high numbers of border trades. We have tourists crossing border. Perhaps Malaysians cross to Thailand is higher than others. I think this is the right data that we have. And once the recovering from the COVID-19, we have seen that lots of Malaysians coming to Thailand, and we still facing that the situation in the three provinces of, especially in southern part of Thailand, still not much developed in terms of tourist sites. So we see that lots of Malaysians coming to the Andaman site, mean the Phuket, Krabi, Hanga, and Hat Yai. So we not much engaged the Malaysian to the deep south of Thailand. So in case that we can develop our mutual understanding or the tourist matching between our two countries, this would be work. For Thailand, we can visit Terengganu or Kedah, which is nearby, doing the tourist destination matching. That would be boost up our in terms of tourism economy from both countries. And also border trade will come automatically.
You mentioned the need for more engagement between the two countries, particularly among academics, among think tanks, and particularly to do with the conflict in South Thailand. But I think we're already sharing a great amount of people-to-people engagement. There's a lot of border crossing, there's a lot of traveling, especially since the reopening of borders after the COVID-19 pandemic. But in terms of engagement, in terms of the closeness and the friendships practiced by the two leaders, Anwar and Prayut Chan-o-cha, what would the people like to see? I mean, you want more engagement, but what would you like to see between the two leaders on Anwar's official visit starting tomorrow?
It is quite difficult to ensure, because now we are sitting in the during the Thailand elections. So coming this time of His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim to Thailand, engagement with our Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha will be only the step forward to strengthening our relations. But we will see clearly pictures of Thailand and Malaysian relations after the election. So we still in doubt that who is going to be our next Prime Minister in the mid of this year. So, but nevertheless, we also keep in our sentiment that Malaysia and Thailand still have very good relations in on terms. We have a very good relation in terms of history. We have very good relation in terms of culture. We have very good relation in terms of security and political. We have never fought with each other. We are very close with each other actually. But how we can strengthening our relation between each other? That's why we want to see our two leaders shaking hands and do something concretely, to make our relationship in the better way, in the strengthening vision. And we want to engage Malaysia, as the regional support for our, halal product. Because also, for Thailand, even we have 5 million Muslim population, but we have very strong Muslim community in Thailand who have engaged with the halal industry and even the Islamic finance. These are needed from Thai side to develop. And Anwar Ibrahim can be, engaged with some of these issues as well.
Yeah, surely there's a lot more room for cooperation and engagement, and this is what we'd like to see, hopefully, in Anwar's visit tomorrow. Thank you so much, Dr. Bandit, for joining us today and for sharing your insights. Itu tadi Dr. Bandit Aroman, penolong Dekan College Islam Antarabangsa Universiti Krirk, sedikit sebanyak kongsikan pandangan menjelang lawatan Perdana Menteri ke Thailand esok. Dan itu saja untuk jam ini bersama saya, Naila Huda. Salam hormat.
Assalamualaikum, salam hormat, anda menyaksikan Pantau Kerajaan Baharu bersama saya Haris Ashraf Hasnan. Sudah tentu untuk waktu ini antara perkara yang kita akan memberi fokus tumpuan adalah berkait dengan isu apa yang berlaku di Turki dan juga Syria. Gempa bumi yang melanda kedua-dua buah negara tersebut dengan pusat gempanya di Turki itu memberi impak yang cukup besar kepada kedua-dua buah negara, terutamanya dari